You all know that the one who knows to fly only gets the wings. My respected dear Dr. S.T. Bose, founder and chairman of WIPS, Adaniya Shri Sadgopan ji, guest of honor, Adaniya Shri Ravi Iyer ji, जिन्हें मुझे आज ही मिलने का मौका मिला, और उदय बिरजे साहब, dear Vineet, I see Professor Ashwini Kumar Sharma, DG, and Professor Ratan Sharma here, the faculty, staff, speakers, panelists, students, invited guests. It's such a pleasure for me. Honestly, this is the second time I'm in this hall, and every time I come here, it's such a thrilling experience. I think it's the third time. The second time I came, I didn't come to this hall, but I was taken outside. But you know, I really, it's such a pleasure always coming to WIPS for many reasons. One, you all know what is WIPS all about, but as everybody felt the kind of love, affection, courtesies, you know, the affection, the embracement the chairman extends, you know, it is unparalleled, honestly. And I've, you know, as everybody felt, it's never to be. And, you know, WIPS, Vivekananda Institute of Institute of Professional Studies. Really, you know, it's a very, you know, if you look at it, you know, it's really lives up to in the name and the spirit. Name, because it is founded by a great proponent of Indian mythology, Indian culture, Indian education, vision and teachings of Swami Vivekananda ji, isn't it? In fact, we just told that how IIC came up, you know. See, just you can imagine what kind of person he was, and who truly believed in very holistic education. And I think somewhere he also believed in investing in knowledge and technologies, you know, as we just heard also. So that is the name. WIPS stands by that name, and you know, the foundation on the teachings of Swami Vivekananda ji, but also in the name of, in the spirit of WIPS. And what is that spirit? The spirit, if you say, what is V, what does the V mean? I feel the V means value, vision, and versatility. If you look at it, how the professional studies, how they started, diversified, and started engineering last year, as a, you know, why I'm telling you this is as a commoner, as somebody who's not part of the institution, how I think of it, how I perceive it. And I stand for inclusive, incredible, iconic. Why I say that? Because the number of phone calls and number of recommendations I get, you know, that they want to get into WIPS as a Vice-Chancellor of the university, that's a testimony of being a very iconic kind of a stature the institute enjoys. And the next letter is P. You know, P, I feel, is the purposeful. It is what it stands for. And the passionate, the passion. And you see that reflection of passion in your chairman and all his associates. And also popular, because I said the way the number of, you know, number of phone calls you get. And the last one is S. And S is smart, because they believe in smartness. If you come around the campus, whatever you look around is smart. Smart means is not smart, you understand. in terms of technologies, in terms of usefulness, in terms of its visibility, also splendid, also superb, and very strategic. Even G20 staging is very strategic. See how he is positioned it just before the Biden comes here, isn't it? And also steadfast. And just now, Birjeji said, S also said for strength. He said, didn't you tell that just now that you are the strength? And he said, he is the strength. So that is the spirit of VIPS, and it's such a pleasure for me every time I come and be part of whatever your activities you have here. And I know, and I have no qualms in stating that VIPS is my flagship, blue chip, and the niche institution of Guru Gobind Singh Indraprastha University. Well, I'm supposed to be talking about G20 and technologies. You all know I'm not a techie. I'm actually a doctor, and but I look around and see what's happening around us, and I'm very happy that G20 and technologies. I would like to say that what is the jugalbandi? What is this combination? What is this synergy of G20 and technology? Because there is a VIPS G20 summit, and also focusing on some of the technologies, and healthcare and wellness is part of that. And I was fortunate to attend one of the groups, science group and healthiness group meetings, which were held in different parts of the country. And we all know that in the last couple of years, couple of decades, in fact, it is the world is totally changed, and I think it's the technology which has made the difference. Because if you look at it, as everybody said, the technology is impacted every part of life today, every part. If sometimes we take things for granted, but if you look at it from morning till evening, the technology is there everywhere. And I think it is becoming more and more relevant and more imminent. Because also, why? If you're linking to sustainability, what we're talking about, how times to come, as Birje Saab said that, now EVs and these technologies are phasing out jobs. So what will happen with technology? And, one example is when the computerization happened, during 80s, everybody said, jobs will be taken by the computers. But what happened? The computers added thousands and millions of new jobs. So be assured that AI, whatever, all those things, but, we are all going to be around. And so as we bring in new technologies, we develop and adopt new technologies, we must ensure that those technologies are for betterment, are for sustainable. And that our SDGs, if you talk about the nation-wise, world-wise, those are around the corner. 2030, we're going to meet all those SDGs. And I think technologies cannot be just for the sake of a technology. We always tell our students, when they are doing doctorate, PhDs, or research, or post-graduation, whatever research you're doing has to help a common man. It should not be a research for the sake of a lab alone. And I think the same is true for technology. Because technologies has to be for the larger good of the world, isn't it? Larger, as Sadgopan Saab said, the connect, the good connect is welcome, but the connect which is giving you negative thoughts or taking you back, which is not adding to your life, is not right. And so is true for technologies. And I think when it comes to technologies, I think the entire world is looking at India today. How our current leadership of our nation is taking the country forward, and in fact, many countries all over the world is very optimistically curious, and they're seeking engagement that how India has done it, how we can replicate it, how we can do it in our own context, and so that is where the G20 comes. The G20, because it has demonstrated that leadership stands by acknowledging, we say that one family, one world, one future. And that's what G20 has truly, it's not a tagline for the sake of it, it's truly proven, because we all realize, G20 has made us realize that we're all interconnected somewhere. If US is doing well and the neighboring country is not doing well, it's not good. It's not good for US also. So we are all somewhere interconnected, and development has to take into account sustainability and positive growth for all. That's a true development. And just now, Sadgopan Saab said about Chandrayaan, 23rd of August. You remember what our Honorable Prime Minister said that time? That whatever advantage it has brought, it will belong to the humanity, not to the India alone, isn't it? Not so. And also he talked about how those technologies, the usefulness from the satellite, how it will go to help the mankind, and not just, we are not limiting to our country alone. And also he talked about NAVIC system, the regional navigational satellite system, how it is not only helping India, but I think 15,000 kilometers around India, many of the neighboring country, and how the technology is really adding another dimension to life of not just us, but the entire world, entire community, entire people around. So, and we know, why are we talking about all this? Because we know that in the recent times, the world is really stressed. The world has seen a lot of crisis in terms of economic stability. Countries, all the developed countries of the world has gone through crisis, economic crisis, food and energy security, and so all these, when that happens, especially the developing countries are really being threatened. So being head of G20 India, it has really led to, it has taken a leadership and led to a global governance through a development agenda for a transformation. So that's one advantage of G20, and under India's leadership, it has truly emerged as a great political clout and a legitimacy. Today, people look at G20 differently, what they used to look at G20 earlier. India, how India, in its own way has really projected it today. Even in our own country, I want to ask you, 1 year back, did you ever hear of G20? Today, every child in the country knows G20. And you look around everywhere, people really has, India has really, given it such a big thirst and made it a force to reckon with today. And especially why? Because India is concerned that it's not the gap between haves and have-not must be shortened, because as a leadership role, and we were at a receiving end, how we can look at the interest of the hungry developing countries of the world. So, and today, and we know, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, India has always believed in multilateralism, isn't it? And believes that the world is one family, and we truly bring the development agenda at the center stage and galvanize collective action. I'm not talking about technologies, but if you look at the engagement groups of the G20s, and I have attended some of them, the underpinning, the piggybacking is technology. In every engagement group, it's a technology. And I'm very happy that your focus has been on technologies, and you are doing it as a G20 summit. So whether it is AI or the emerging technologies, whether it is SDGs or climate change, whether it is innovation or research collaboration, but the best thing is that the G20 what has has taught us that the benefit of the futuristic technology are accessible and inclusive across different economies. India has said that, okay, if everybody should benefit collectively from it, and the various areas in terms of ethics and so many harmonization. When you look at these, when you attend these meetings, every country has a view, and then you come at a consensus that this is a consensus which is agreeable to everybody. So all this has been a part of all along as a G20 agendas, but basically, what is this jugalbandi of G20 and technologies? There are two things. One, the unlocking potential of technologies, unleashing the capabilities and creating an impactful path. Because the only way G20 will bring about change, now next year Brazil is taking, after that South Africa will take, only thing this will happen because the technologies is the piggyback. G20 is using technology as one of the transformational agenda, that is one. And the second thing is that it is a catalyst for transformative change. It's only the technology which can bring about change, If we have to reach today far, if we have to reach to a far-flung areas, to a more people, at a less price, especially in healthcare, only technology can do that. And we really embracing futuristic technology is not merely a choice. Today, it's just inevitable because it is the responsibility we owe to our planet and to our future generations. It is important that we have to adopt these technologies, and we are very proud that India's efforts as at G20 has not just been catalyst for transformative change, but a beacon of hope and a progress for all humanity. A lot of people have great hope, and that's how the India is being looked at. I was just analyzing what is G20 all about. And for me, G is a gun, and these are 20 gun. And I was analyzing in the last couple of days, and what are those 20 guns? I want to narrate those guns which we have developed and we are also sharing with the world, and I would name those 20 guns. The first gun is game changer, and all start with G or GA. The first G of a gun is a game changer, and India has proven that it's a game changer. It can really change, can play a game changer for the world. So the second thing is a gain, global and local. Through G20, we have gained so much what is there in other parts of the country in terms of technology, resources, infrastructure. The third G is go green. Sustainability, the carbon, fossil fuel, reducing carbon prints, all those things. The fourth G is gel together. All grouping together, everybody, all countries gelling together. Fifth G is goal-oriented. As what goals? SDGs. We have SDGs to be fulfilled by 2030. The sixth G gun is goodwill and goodness. India has really earned so much of a goodness. The seventh G is galvanize action. Our Prime Minister's agenda is pushing hard, galvanizing it. The eighth G is glorify. Today, India is being glorified all over the world. The ninth G is generosity. India has been so generous in helping neighbors, helping the rest of the world, whether it is vaccine, whether it is medicine, whether it is other assistance. And the 10th G is gratitude, grateful. India just want to be kind, not by threat, not use their technology or other power to do that. The 11th G or GA is Gyan. We have gained so much of a Gyan from different parts of the world. 12th is Gunavatta, which is quality. And the 13th is Gati. We have done it with great speed. And the 14th is Ganana. The data, the statistics, how we are using that data, to change the world. And the 15th G or Ga is Gathbandhan, isn't it? Synergy, which we have brought between all these 20 countries. 16th is Gathjod. We have invited more people. Do you know, in the last meeting, we said, come, welcome. Some more countries can join us. And the 17th is Gehan Soch, intense thinking, strategizing how to overcome the challenges in the world. And the 18th is Garima, with great valor, honor. And the 19th is Gaurvanvit or Gaurvit. And the 20th, the most important, is Guru, Vishwa Guru, how India can emerge, Vishwa Guru. So this is how India has used G20 and the technologies to gain its soft power. India may not be a hard power today, but it certainly is world's one of the biggest soft power today. I want to thank all the leadership of WIPS, the staff and faculty for giving me this opportunity to speak to you. I was, it is very improper, not right, that during the valedictory function you should have a address, keynote address, but nevertheless, I just thought that I would connect technology and G20 because this has been the core focus of your summit this afternoon. Thank you so much. Lovely talking to you. Thank you.